Welcome to this audio guide about the Roman Colosseum, one of the most emblematic and fascinating monuments of the ancient world. You are in the heart of Rome, standing before a construction that has survived almost 2,000 years and remains a universal symbol of the power and grandeur of the Roman Empire. The Colosseum, also known as the Flavian Amphitheatre, is the largest amphitheatre ever built by the Roman Empire. Its construction began in 72 AD under the reign of Emperor Vespasian and was completed in 80 AD, during the reign of his son Titus. This colossal building was inaugurated with 100 days of spectacular games that included gladiator combats, wild animal hunts, and recreations of naval battles. The name, Colosseum, comes from a colossal statue of Nero that stood nearby, known as the Colossus of Nero. Although the statue no longer exists, the name endured and became forever associated with this magnificent amphitheatre. The building was originally called the Flavian Amphitheatre, in honor of the Flavian dynasty that built it. The Colosseum has an impressive elliptical shape, measuring 188 meters long, 156 meters wide, and an original height of 48 meters, equivalent to a 12-story building. Its exterior structure consists of 4 levels of arches, the first 3 with columns of different architectural orders: Doric on the first level, Ionic on the second, and Corinthian on the third. The 4th level, more enclosed, had small rectangular windows and supported the velarium, a huge canvas that protected spectators from the sun. The Colosseum's capacity was extraordinary for its time. It is estimated that it could accommodate between 50,000 and 80,000 spectators, all of whom could enter and exit in less than 15 minutes thanks to its ingenious system of corridors and stairs. The building's design was so efficient that many modern stadiums are based on its architectural principles. The Colosseum's access system was revolutionary. Spectators entered through one of 80 numbered entrances, each corresponding to a specific section of the amphitheatre. The entrances were organized according to social class. Senators and the elite had seats in the lower rows, closer to the arena, while women and slaves sat in the upper rows. The emperor had his own special box, the pulvinar, from where he presided over the spectacles. The Colosseum's arena measured 87 meters by 55 meters and was covered by a wooden platform over a complex system of tunnels and underground chambers known as the Hypogeum. This underground labyrinth housed animal cages, gladiator cells, machinery to raise stages and animals to the arena, and storage for weapons and sets. The Hypogeum was the technical heart of the Colosseum, allowing spectacular effects during the spectacles. The spectacles at the Colosseum were diverse and extremely popular. Gladiator combats, or munera, were the most famous. Gladiators were professional fighters, many of them slaves, prisoners of war, or condemned criminals, although some were free men who chose this profession for glory and rewards. The combats followed strict rules and rarely ended with the death of the combatants, as a trained gladiator was a valuable investment. Gladiators specialized in different types of combat. Secutors wore heavy armor and large shields, retiarii fought with net and trident, mirmillones had a helmet with a fish crest, and Thracians used small shields and curved swords. Each type had advantages and disadvantages, making the combats more exciting and unpredictable. Venationes, or wild animal hunts, were another very popular type of spectacle. Lions, tigers, bears, elephants, giraffes, hippos, and other exotic animals were brought from all corners of the empire to be hunted or fought by specialized hunters called venators. These spectacles demonstrated Rome's power over nature and its domains. Naumachia, or naval battles, were the most spectacular and expensive spectacles. The arena was filled with water through a complex system of aqueducts and channels, and historical naval battles were recreated with real ships. Although these representations were rare due to their complexity and cost, they were memorable events that attracted enormous crowds. The Colosseum was also the scene of public executions, especially during midday, when the main spectacles had not yet begun. Those condemned to death, called damnati ad mortem, were executed in various ways: thrown to wild beasts, burned alive, or forced to fight to the death. These executions served as public warnings and demonstrations of state power. The construction of the Colosseum was an extraordinary engineering feat. More than 100,000 cubic meters of travertine, a local limestone, were used for the exterior facade. The stone blocks were joined with iron clamps, many of which were looted in the Middle Ages, which explains some of the visible cracks today. The interior used volcanic tuff, lighter and more economical, and Roman concrete, a revolutionary mixture that included volcanic ash and remains more durable than many modern materials. The Colosseum's drainage system was equally impressive. A complex system of sewers and channels evacuated rainwater and allowed the arena to fill and empty quickly for namakae. This hydraulic engineering system was so advanced that some of its principles are still studied by modern engineers. Over the centuries, the Colosseum has suffered numerous damages. The earthquakes of 847 and 1349 caused the collapse of much of the southern facade. During the Middle Ages, the Colosseum was used as a quarry, and its stones were extracted to build palaces, churches, and other buildings in Rome. The marble that covered the seats was looted, and the iron from the clamps was melted for other uses. Despite these damages, the Colosseum never completely lost its function. During the Middle Ages, it was used as a fortress by noble Roman families. Later, it became a sacred place when Pope Benedict XIV consecrated it in 1749 in memory of the Christian martyrs who supposedly died there, although the historical evidence for this is limited. The Pope ordered the construction of a cross and Stations of the Cross, which remain to this day. The Colosseum has been the subject of numerous restorations over the centuries. In the 18th century, damaged structures were reinforced and archaeological excavations were carried out. In the 19th century, buildings that had been constructed inside and around the amphitheatre were removed. The most recent restorations, begun in the 1990s, have included cleaning the facade, stabilizing structures, and completely excavating the Hypogeum, which had been partially buried for centuries. The Hypogeum, now completely excavated and restored, offers a fascinating view of how the Colosseum functioned. Visitors can see the tunnels where animals were kept, the lifting platforms that brought them to the arena, and the corridors used by gladiators. This elevator system, operated by ropes and pulleys, could lift animals weighing up to 300 kilograms to the arena in seconds, creating dramatic effects during the spectacles. The Colosseum's acoustics are remarkable. Despite its massive size, a whisper from the arena can be heard in the upper rows. This is due to the careful design of the stands and the materials used. Roman architects perfectly understood the principles of acoustics and applied them masterfully in this building. The Colosseum also had a sophisticated fire protection system. Water reservoirs were built on the upper levels, and specialized firefighters, the vigils, patrolled the building during the spectacles. Despite these precautions, the Colosseum suffered several fires throughout its history, the most devastating caused by lightning in 217 AD. The Colosseum's cultural importance transcends its original function. It has become a universal symbol of Rome and the Roman Empire. It appears in countless works of art, literature, film, and music. It is one of the most photographed monuments in the world and attracts millions of visitors each year. The Colosseum has also been a symbol of resistance and survival. It has survived earthquakes, looting, wars, and the passage of time. Its partially ruined structure is itself a testament to the greatness of the past and the fragility of human constructions. Romantic poets of the 19th century were inspired by its ruins to reflect on decay and mortality. Today, the Colosseum is one of the most visited monuments in the world, with more than 6 million annual visitors. It has been a UNESCO World Heritage Site since 1980 and one of the new 7 Wonders of the World since 2007. The monument's management faces the constant challenge of balancing conservation with public access. Visits to the Colosseum include access to the arena, the lower stands, and the Hypogeum. Visitors can walk through the same corridors used by gladiators 2,000 years ago, imagine the roar of the crowd, and feel the history that permeates every stone. Temporary exhibitions and virtual reconstructions help visitors visualize what the Colosseum was like in its heyday. The Colosseum has also been the scene of modern events. In 2000, a classical music concert was held inside it, and it has been used for religious ceremonies and cultural events. However, these uses are limited to protect the ancient structure. The conservation of the Colosseum is an ongoing challenge. Atmospheric pollution, traffic vibrations, earthquakes, and the simple passage of time constantly threaten the structure. Conservators use advanced techniques, including laser analysis, 3D scanning, and special restoration materials to maintain the monument for future generations. The Colosseum has also been the subject of exhaustive archaeological studies. Excavations have revealed valuable information about life in ancient Rome, the types of animals used in the spectacles, and construction details. Archaeologists continue to discover new secrets about this fascinating monument. The Colosseum's architectural influence is immense. Its design of superimposed arches has been imitated in countless modern buildings, from sports stadiums to shopping centers. The concept of using different architectural orders on different levels has been adopted in buildings around the world. The Colosseum also represents darker aspects of Roman history. Gladiator spectacles and public executions reflect a society where violence was entertainment and power was exercised brutally. Reflecting on these aspects helps us understand both the achievements and contradictions of Roman civilization. For the ancient Romans, the Colosseum was more than a place of entertainment. It was a symbol of imperial power, a place where the emperor demonstrated his generosity toward the people, and a space where the social and political values of the time were reinforced. The spectacles served as tools of propaganda and social control. The Colosseum also had an important economic function. The spectacles generated employment for thousands of people: gladiators, trainers, hunters, artisans, merchants, and maintenance workers. Spectacle days were public holidays, and the Colosseum became the center of Roman social life. The technology used in the Colosseum was advanced for its time. The lifting systems, drainage, acoustics, and crowd management demonstrated a level of engineering that would not be equaled for many centuries. Roman architects combined practical knowledge with technical innovation to create this extraordinary monument. The Colosseum also reflects changes in Roman society over the centuries. As Christianity spread, gladiator spectacles were gradually banned. The last recorded gladiator combat took place in 404 AD, although venationes continued for longer. The Colosseum adapted to these social and religious changes. Today, the Colosseum is a symbol of peace and reconciliation. Every Good Friday, the Pope leads the Stations of the Cross from the Colosseum, remembering Christian martyrs and promoting world peace. This religious use contrasts with the building's original use but demonstrates how monuments can acquire new meanings over time. The Colosseum has also inspired heritage conservation movements. Its partially preserved state has led to debates about how to preserve ancient monuments, restore them completely, keep them in ruins, or find a balance between both approaches. These debates continue today and are relevant to the conservation of monuments worldwide. The experience of visiting the Colosseum is unique. Walking through its corridors, contemplating the arena from the stands, exploring the Hypogeum, all of this transports the visitor to another era. It is an experience that combines admiration for ancient engineering, reflection on human history, and a tangible connection with the past. The Colosseum is also a reminder of the scale and ambition of the Roman Empire. At its peak, Rome controlled a territory stretching from Britain to North Africa and from Spain to the Middle East. The Colosseum was a symbol of this imperial power, built to impress both Roman citizens and visitors from the provinces. The construction of the Colosseum also reflects Roman politics of bread and circuses, panem et circenses. Emperors used public spectacles to keep the population content and divert attention from political and economic problems. This political strategy remains relevant in the modern world. The Colosseum has witnessed some of the most dramatic moments in Roman history. From Titus's inauguration games to the last days of the Western Roman Empire, the Colosseum has been present in Rome's history. It has survived the fall of the empire, the Middle Ages, the Renaissance, and modernity. For modern architects and engineers, the Colosseum remains a source of inspiration and study. Its efficient design, construction techniques, and crowd management are studied at universities worldwide. The Colosseum demonstrates that the ancient Romans understood engineering principles that we still apply today. The Colosseum is also important for Italian and Roman identity. It is a national symbol that appears on coins, stamps, and official documents. It represents Italy's past greatness and its contribution to Western civilization. For Romans, the Colosseum is an integral part of their cultural identity. The conservation of the Colosseum is a shared responsibility of the Italian government, international organizations, and the global community. Conservation efforts require significant resources and specialized knowledge. The Colosseum is a heritage of all humanity, and its preservation is important for future generations. The Colosseum has also been the subject of myths and legends over the centuries. The belief that Christians were martyred there in large numbers is widely accepted, although historical evidence is limited. What is certain is that the Colosseum represents both the achievements and contradictions of Roman civilization. When contemplating the Colosseum, you are seeing not just an ancient building, but a testament to human capacity to create extraordinary works, a reminder of the complexity of history, and a symbol of resistance and survival. The Colosseum has survived almost 2,000 years of history and remains as impressive today as it was when it was built. The next time you visit Rome, take a moment to reflect on everything the Colosseum represents. It is more than a monument, it is a bridge between past and present, a reminder of the greatness and fragility of human civilizations, and a symbol of human capacity to create works that transcend time. Thank you for listening to this audio guide about the Roman Colosseum. We hope it has enriched your experience and that you have discovered new aspects of this extraordinary monument. History is a continuous journey of discovery, and each visit can reveal something new. Enjoy the rest of your visit to Rome, the Eternal City.